We will be reading from some homemade tools. But first, let us light a candle in honor of Mary. Mary, guide us today. Guide us now in this session of reading cards of divination. Help us to find the truth in this moment. We're going to be reading the Real Life Tarot, reading on the question, what fills America's cup? 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 The first thing, the first card in this is the Night Owl. Okay, the Night Owl. We'll do this card, one on the bottom, one on the top, cut the deck again, read that one, and another one off the bottom. Let's see if we can figure out what it is that fills America's cup. We start with the Night Owl. There are aliens, a landlord, a whole bunch of pills, the conspiracy theorists, and a loose game controller. Hello, Jolene, welcome. Maybe we can arrange these things a little bit better. So, what kind of a story is this now? What fills America's cup is booze, outsiders, aliens, the devil, lots of pills, vitamins, supplements, pharmaceuticals showing on the TV. Love, 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 man. We got that. And there is also filling America's cup is this road map of things that point from here to there to there to there and all over the place. And someone, perhaps this alien, is pushing buttons and filling America's cup with lies. Let's see what America's cup is. Let's see what America's cup is. Did I just get spammed out by... All right. America's cup. We're going to just do a couple cards here. We're going to try to figure out what America's cup is. We're just going to tap that question in. America, what is your cup? What is your cup? What is your cup that is filled with images, with conspiracies, with pills, with aliens, with lies, and with game controllers? What is your cup? What is America's cup? Okay. Let us see what is America's cup. Jolene. Again, look at this. Random. I swear I shuffled these cards. I swear. America's cup is That night owl sitting down at the bar, chatting it up. So America's Cup is comes down at Danny's bar. And let's see, we have another card. And look, I swear I shuffled this deck. I swear I shuffled this deck. Let's just shuffle it some more. Why is the same cards popping up? I don't understand. I don't get it. I swear I shuffled the deck. I'm getting the same cards. Oh, but here it is. America's Cup has zombies in it. Welcome. Welcome, Renata. Welcome, Jolene. And one more. What is the... Hey, I swear I shuffled the deck. You saw. It's three of the same cards from before. Can I do one more down here? Oh, here it is. Prime Rib. America's Cup is prime rib, zombies, aliens, lies, and sitting down at the bar drinking booze. That's America's Cup. All right. That question didn't make sense. I understand. So let's try that with a different... Let's try what fills America's Cup with what's the vibe, huh? The game doesn't like him. Just give him the same cards. Yeah. What fills America's Cup? We'll use the what's the vibe. So maybe we should just try clearing the air out of here. Clear it here with the tone. It won't be a very loud tone because I don't want to wake the whole house. It is like 1:30 in the morning. Okay. Mary, guide us. Guide us to the truth of this question right now. What fills America's cup? As in like the cup that, as in the cup, like a Eucharistic cup, or a cup, the cup of tea, or I don't know what that cup is. What is America's cup? What fills America's cup? Law and order, puzzled, conflicted, and time. What fills America's cup is legal issues. The real, hello, Pharaoh. What fills America's cup is law and order, puzzles, complexity, conflicted emotions, and time, busyness. Interesting. That's interesting. What fills America's cup? Well, there are lots of laws here. What does this other one say? And then what fills America's cup is toxic drama. Welcome. Yo boy, welcome. Welcome, Raphael. Yeah. So, what fills America's cup, according to What's the Vibe, is legal stuff, lawyers, courts, paperwork, law. And then there is this puzzledness, puzzles, complexities, confusion, time, delays, busyness, and toxic drama. That sounds more like it, doesn't it? Okay. Well, those are those two tarots, those cards. We have, now I have, just dropping off your like and support here and to listen to spirit messages. Okay. This is a deck that I created last summer, I think. It's kind of, I kind of modeled it after the Magic 8 Ball. So I kind of wanted like something that had funny answers, but it does work for serious questions. Funny answers. So did you have any, maybe for our spirit messages for today? I do have a list of spirit messages for today that I started before this session. And my spirit messages are about love, harmony, and relationships. I believe in miracles. The belief in miracles. The angel number 1919. New beginnings. And so that's about new beginnings. And on page 13, 767, the child grew and matured in spirit. So spirit, about spiritual maturity. That is a message from spirit. Another message is that the new day will dawn upon us. You will grow in spirit. You will mature in spirit. Love your enemies. Do good to those who hate you. Bless those who curse you. Pray for those who mistreat you. Have compassion. Do not judge, and give. And remember that you need to build a foundation of trust. So you need a girlfriend. Okay. You need a girlfriend. So what we will do is I'm going to ask this deck about, for Raphael, a girlfriend. So Raphael is love on the horizon for Raphael. Is love on the horizon. Let's just clear the spirit of the air first. Clear out this stuff here. I'm going to move this over here, and we want to have a fresh plate, fresh spirit here. Mary, Mother of God. Pray for us right now and grant us the spirit of truth for Raphael. Is love on the horizon for Raphael. Is love on the horizon for Raphael. It said, hell no, not right yet. But let's see why. Let's find out why. Sorry. That's a hard no, but maybe. But let's go, let's see what does Raphael need to do to find love? What does Raphael need to do to find love? What does Raphael need to do to find love? I don't know what that color was, but let's shuffle the deck. What does Raphael need to do to find love? What does Raphael need to do to find love? What does Raphael need to do? Yes, you may ask a serious question. Okay. I'll get you your serious question next. So, yeah, wishful thinking. You need to recharge and have some self-care and healing. So you just need to talk to her, yeah. But, and one other card, the one off the bottom, is to spend time in prayer. So what you got here is, what this says, Raphael, is you need to stop. You need to stop with the wishful thinking. And stop with wishful thinking. Stop with any obsessions you have. And let's say, like you said, you need to go and talk to her, and not have any preconceived ideas about who she is. Don't be doing that, because when you start pushing your own ideas onto these other people, it never really works out the way you want it to. And then there's always sets you up for disappointments afterwards. And so then you need to spend time. And so in a sense that you like this person, but maybe you need to spend, what this says is you need to let go of any expectations. Let go of those expectations that something is going to happen, because you may need to step back and spend some time meditating and being at peace with yourself. And also you might also the archangel Michael has popped up. So ask Michael that if you have some woundedness in you, that you need to let that go. Woundedness. No more Netflix for a while. Okay. All right. So that's what this is telling me, is that it's really mostly these three issues here. Is at the heart of it is that in order to be ready to have a girlfriend, you need to become more whole within yourself. Okay? And let's go next for Delaney. Welcome. And we have a serious question coming from the Pharaoh. And yes, Pharaoh. And Joaquin Young, welcome. So your serious question is, you're in Washington. I'm in Oregon. I live very, very close to. I live in very close to tribe, tribe, yeah. Okay, okay. A genocide is active. Yes, in our nation. Yes. like a 6. The number 6 did come up. So that's kind of like a yes/no question, and let's clear the air first here. Serious question. Okay, I'm gonna do for you. I'm gonna do a We're gonna do a yes/no spread. I'm gonna do a yes/no spread, but my intuition tells me that the answer to your question is no, that there isn't, but let's just see. We'll do it a yes/no, and with the yes/no, it's a 3-card spread, and if it's 3 cards straight up, the answer is yes. If it's 3 cards straight down, it's a hard no. If it's 2 cards up, it is yes. If it's 2 cards down, it is no. This is how a yes/no spread works. Let me see. Is this all framed up? With the climate that there is, I don't want to. No, I don't. We are on. Is there? The answer to this question is a yes. And in this, what you're looking at, but there's, in a sense, if you look, that there is a lack of foundation. And then there is fighting amongst the members. And maybe this is a metaphorical thing, and rather than a physical thing, and of a loss of culture. And then versus a physical thing. But in one hand, you have a shaky foundation, a lack of foundation, the fighting within, and but here there is this sense of that the earth, that is a sense of growth. And so if we want to look at a maybe like a rebirth. Let's look at something. Let's look at something else for you. I'm going to I can do that deck. I'm going to ask the Mother Mary Oracle for you. I think it's maybe... And this is for Pharaoh. For Pharaoh. He's asking in regards to his tribe in Washington. For Pharaoh. Mary, Mother Mary, please give us the counsel that he seeks. 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 Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, blessed is the fruit of your womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for the Pharaoh now and at all points along his journey. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed are you among women, and blessed is the fruit of your womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for Raphael, for the Pharaoh now and at all points along his journey. So this is the card I'm pulling for you. Okay, so we have this in a sense that, like, here is the mother, and the mother has a child, and this is a cherished child, and the child, if you can see, the child here is a child of the earth. It is a new child, but maybe it with an old spirit. A new child with an old spirit. Now, this is what this picture is telling me. So, as like this, yes, there is a shaky ground. There is a lack of foundation. There is fighting. There is fighting. But there's something new that is coming in. Something new. And so, like this, a new thing. And then behind here, the world. The world, it will be made new again. You know, we are entering into a new age. We are entering into a new age, in a sense that I believe we have left. We're entering into the age of Aquarius, and then we are also at an inflection point with our civilization, and we are entering into a new world. And the old world is dying away. And a new world is being born right now. Right now. And this new world, there will be lots of hardships in this new world because of Earth Mother is on fire. The Earth Mother is on fire. And we as a people need to put that fire out. And so we are being born into a new world that is on fire. But at the same time, we have to use what God gave us. When I say God, I'm not talking about the Christian God. I'm thinking of, I was born into a Christian world, but you might be born into a different world. And so it's that you're looking at these foundations of these different religions, and they exist just in our world. But beyond that, there is something greater. Beyond that is something greater. And so And beyond that is something greater. And we are entering into this new world. And let's read what it says on the back. Our Lady of Great Power, take care not to allow an optimistic attitude to override discernment in an issue in need of repair. Denial creates an undercurrent of anxiety and an intuitive sense that something is wrong, but not being openly acknowledged. Without acknowledgement, constructive solutions are not sought or implemented. With hope in your heart, give voice to what isn't working. Then ask Our Lady for help. She is of unlimited recourse. So yes, that was the message that I have for you. Well, you're welcome. But thank the spirit of Mary, because anyways, rebirth. And does that make any sense to you? But because that's kind of how I feel, especially for right now, and for our age, and everything is in turmoil, and everything seems to be like this big fight. So, like for instance, yeah. So, like for instance, when I read about the Cup of America and it being full of right now it's just full of toxic. There's a lot of toxicness, but you don't have to listen to those voices, you know. And anyways, that's what I have. Hmm. Hmm. And we have the Mary of Guadalupe. That's the image that's on this candle right here. Um, the Mary of Guadalupe. As the Virgin Mother, or the Mother Goddess, or however you wish to look at that, has manifested herself to the peoples of the Americas, and that we ask for her blessings upon our nation, upon our lands, that we may do the right thing with the right spirit, the right intention. Juice World, welcome. Yes, Guadalupe. And if I look it over here, I had this icon image here from yesterday. This was from yesterday, and looking at where also in that early part of the reading there was the word zombie, and so in a sense that people walking around, um, coming from the underworld, and then but Jesus, the spirit of Jesus, whatever Jesus means to you, this sense of coming, stepping out of this portal and into our world and pulling people free, and pulling people free of that which causes their soul to die. That's kind of what I kind of see in this image right now. Yes. And then the number that I got was that of the Emperor foundations, the number 4. The foundations, having the proper foundation to build your life upon, and so forth. And as so, yeah. And anyways, let's just oh, that was a pretty heavy. I don't know. I feel pretty silent here and quiet. Yeah, I'm just kind of listening to inside. I'm kind of blown away. Just kind of blown away. It's like we're traveling down this road here, all of us, and we're going somewhere. Maybe we are like this, like this line, a hand held up to the sky. Maybe that's the sun, but maybe this is our life force. It could be that. Held in your hand. The life force held in your hand. The sun held in your hand. The sun, which is the source of our life. Because without the sun, we would have no life. And without the stars, because we are all stardust, everything in this world is made from energy, and Einstein said that energy cannot be created nor destroyed. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It's everlasting. It's been here. It's a mystery of what it is, what source consciousness is. We don't really know. I mean, we have lots of theories, we have lots of ideas, but for the most part, it's just this huge mystery, and there's so much mystery in life. Yes. Yeah. Oh, what was that? Oh, his head was too close to the heat. It's hot. How about I read to you from the Gospel of Thomas? Would that be would that be okay with you? Because this is mainly the Gospel of Thomas is just a collection of sayings, and okay. Where should we? We'll start here on saying number 3. Jesus said, and so the Gospel of Thomas is one of the one of the many books that that did not make it into the biblical canon, and so there were. If we were to talk a little bit about this, is that the church as we know it did not exist before 321, and so the beginning of the Christian church as we know it had its origins between 321 and 380, and because that is when the time when the Roman Empire at that time stopped persecuting Christians, and then they made it a legal religion. But then the Roman Emperor Constantine was upset that there were so many different ideas out there. So there were many different ways of being Christian. So the religion, in the sense that there were many different paths, and there were many different books, and so these books in the and so these are like some of these Gnostic Gospels. There were quite a few of these things. There were hundreds of these books, and they were just written on scrolls. But when they set the biblical canon, and I can't remember exactly what year it was, but it was after 321, that they made these teachings and these books kind of illegal, and so somebody had the idea to save them, and they put and then you have like the Dead Sea Scrolls and so forth, and somebody saved these scrolls, and they put them into a cave in Qumran, and then like about 100 years ago, somebody found these things, and these were from those. So the Gospel of Thomas was one of those that was found, and there were other ones too. And so I'll read a little bit to you from it, and I think that it's not the earliest of the Gospels that were written, but they were all the Gospels or whatnot were kind of they're dated to like 1900 years ago, roughly, from where we're standing at, or in 2024, so 1900 years ago. And so Jesus said, if your leaders say to you, behold, the kingdom is in the sky, then the birds in the sky will get there before you. If they say to you, it is in the sea, then the fish will get there before you. Rather, the kingdom is inside you and outside you. When you know yourselves, then you will be known, and you will understand that you are children of the living Father, the living Spirit. But if you do not know yourselves, then you will live in poverty, and you will embody poverty. And so, in that, what that says to me, now you might say something else different to you, and that's okay, because we're all individuals, and we can interpret these things as we see fit, as our intuition tells us. And the kingdom, and with speaking of the kingdom of God, or what does the kingdom of God mean? It is both inside you and outside you. So it begins with you, and then it flows out from you. So like you say, look at the Lord's Prayer. Our Father who art in heaven, holy is your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in spirit world. So the will of God is done in spirit world, but it needs to be reflected to our world. And what is the kingdom? They're kind of vague about what the kingdom is, but so that's kind of a vague thing, but this is where a place where spirit and earth meet, kind of like a nexus point. Maybe you look at it that way, or where thy will be done. Well, what is the will of God? The will of God is for you to love God, to love your neighbor, and to love yourself, to love your enemies. That it's about that. And what does that mean? But when we talk about love, it's not romantic love. It's this agape love, is this brother and sister love. It's that you do good to people. But then there's also sometimes that love is about firmness, and it's about other things, and it's about service. And that when you love and you love others, you serve others, then that is a point where you can come to know. Um, you come to know who God is. And so the kingdom is in you and it is outside of you. It is in you. So you look here first. You look inside you first. And so you have, I believe, I always think it was Isaiah, but I think it was in Jeremiah, in the book in Jeremiah, where the prophet Jeremiah says that God writes the law on your hearts. And that law, and I don't think that law is like, that is not the Ten Commandments. It's not that stuff. It's something else. It's something deeper. Or like in the Gospel of John, and it is the Word, and the Word is with me, and the preamble to the Gospel of John. And I think it's that same thing. It's this sense of this, your source of yourself, the source of life is written on your heart. So it's like the template of life. And that's kind of how I see that. It's inside of you. And from inside you, it goes outside of you. But this isn't anything that can be, like, it can't be legislated. This kingdom of God thing can't be legislated. It cannot be that, because when we have tried to do that through time, it has always been a disaster. It has been the most evil governments on earth have been the ones when a religious organization was in charge. And that's history. That's what history has showed us. And so, in a sense that in with Jesus, in that whatever Jesus is to you, says that the kingdom is inside you and it's outside of you. And so the ruling happens inside of you, not and then it extends to outside of you. But it is not an outside in relationship. I don't know if that makes any sense. That's kind of what I got out of that. And this is, anyway, I painted this a while ago on my other channel, the 999 Show. And there's another picture too. I actually took this as a photograph. I have this is my first time I tried painting this. I like this picture. I kind of blew it out a little bit, so it got this lens flare that makes it look like it's another sun, maybe like Tatooine or something, or there's an orb in the sky, but that's not really what that is. I kind of like doing that, playing with the values of when you take your in pictures and blowing things out and getting different colors in there. And you never, of course, never see a sun exactly like that in nature, but in a photograph you can. And I like that. And then here's, like, in my backyard. They're not my cows, but I do have. They come. They come. They come sometimes. I think they came yesterday or the day before. I also photo processed this too, to get these wonderful colors. And yeah, but so anyways, thank you. Does anybody else have any questions? Anything else that I can read on? Or watercolor? Yes, I just started doing watercolor in January, and I'm not gonna do any active art on this channel. I do have, though, I am in the process of doing a sort of a how I made these cards. These two are crossword oracle decks, and I should have had. I just have to make the boxes, and I'm gonna film that process. In making boxes. Anybody can make a box, but anyway, it's the video. I don't know. I was hoping I'd have it done by now, but it hasn't got done by now because I'm producing content for two channels, for this one and another channel, and anyways, that's what I got. Welcome, Juice World. Did you have a question, Juice World, or you just kind of listening in? I guess maybe what I'll do is I'm gonna go back and just pull cards at random. Is it possible to I'm sorry, I don't understand what possible to mull our own cards and use. Yes, it's possible to make your own cards. I make my own cards. I have my own cards that I have made, Raphael. I will go to my own cards that I have made. Where's the box for this? That box, oh, there it is. It's over here. I will go to my own tools, and that's kind of what to make your own, make your own cards. It is, people make their own cards all the time, when you make your own cards, you are looking at infusing your own energy into them. And this here, I have some of my own cards. These are my own. This is the first deck of my own cards that I have made. And what I'll do is we'll take a card out at, okay, what would you like? What would you care for, Juice World? Do you want me to do, okay, I'll read from this card, and we'll do a reading for you with this card. An energy reading. Let's go clear the air out. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed are you among women, and blessed is the fruit of your womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us now and all along our journey here. For Juice World, what does Spirit want you to know? What does Spirit want you to know? What does Spirit want you to know? Spirit wants you to know. We're going to start here with the number 10. The number 10 is made up of the number 1 and the number 0. In numerology, it doesn't necessarily have a 0 number. I interpret the 0 number as like a seed, like a beginning point, like that picture of that I kind of like this. This is how I picture the number 0, as this big ball of light, like this singularity, like this singleness. That's kind of how I see 0. And 1 is the beginning of an adventure. It's the beginning. And so we're going to take a look at this in a sense of pull out all the numbers, the cards that I think will mean the 10 energy, the new beginnings, the 10, the completion of things. 10 in tarot, 10 is the completion of things. And so, but here we're looking at the beginning is the magician. The beginning of the journey is the magician, starting at 1. But we have some other numbers, and so we're looking at in the major arcana. We are looking at 1. We're looking at the number 1, things that reduce to 1. The number 1, the Ace of Pentacles, and numbers that reduce to 1. But we do need to add in here the completion of things. I feel like this is kind of bounded by, yeah, that number looks pretty good, huh? 1, and there's 10. The end of things, the completion of things. This is a total non-random way to do tarot. I don't know of anybody else who does it this way. The number 10, the Wheel of Fortune. The Ace of Swords. The Ace of Cups. Let's see, what else? Did I put the Wheel of Fortune in there? I did. We have all 4 aces and an extra 10. I think it's these cards. We're not necessarily thinking, we're just thinking of beginnings, but we're flipping over in the Wheel of Fortune. It's moving from one state to another. I'm just going to be looking at it in this sense. Let's move this out of the way. So you also use numbers. Yeah. We're looking in terms of it as these numbers. And these are the 1s. And then we have these 10s. And these are the two tens. There are other tens, of course, the ten of swords and the 10 of wands, but I'm not necessarily feeling that that is what those other tens should be. The world, maybe, but we have this. And so we have a new earthy thing coming in, a new body thing coming in. From yesterday, which other card was that? You mean the this one here, the vibe? And so we got have these kind of energy states, a jubilee, and I mentioned we have the spirit that of four people, and a stability, a jubilee, of being you've made it kind of a thing. But then the luck turns, and where is the luck going to turn to? A new spirit of of air energy, and this here of water energy. But other things that are filling your cup is this, that Eucharistic wafer, and this dove bringing in this sort of the body of Christ type of a thing, that Eucharistic wafer, and that fills this cup with this inspiration of spirit energy. And then with the magician, you're looking at that you have all the tools you need to begin this journey. You have all the tools you need to begin this journey. And you are pulling energy from above and pulling it into you. But then there is this flipping of, so this is your foundation. Your foundation is this, and I'm missing one. I'm missing the wands, and so but this is where it is now on this card. Yes, we have jaunt, a journey. The other word that comes out is like struggle. There is struggle, because in your journey there is going to be some struggles, but you are at the beginning of something. You're at the beginning of something. Now that is that. Now, did you want this one? Juice World? Was this the one you wanted? Or was it this one? What's the vibe, or this one? Which one would you want me to finish? This one? I kind of feel like this is the one you want. Okay. You want the vibe one. Okay. All right. What does Juice World need to know? 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 These ones fell out. We're going to read those. And I'll add two others to it. This one and this one. These are not very good cards. Chaos. Stagnant. but that would suggest in needing, you have this struggle and you need to go into a new place where you have a sense of maybe some fragility. We all have fragility within us, and chaos, and you feel like you're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere, and there's a sense of needing to withdraw into yourself. This is what the vibe tells me, in a sense of, but there's also this other sense that this number one, a need to, that these are energies that exist within you, but maybe it's that there is a sense that you need to move on to another state, move on and begin again, because this is a place of being in to me, it says in a lot of pain, a lot of in inner world pain. And I don't know what is causing that. Only you would know what causes your inner world pain. And not to say you're not unique here, because this is things that we all suffer with. We all suffer with from time to time, and especially as we are younger. I don't know how old you are, but I do know what this is like. I do know what this feels like. Being alone, or and then the feeling like you don't want to socialize with others, or maybe your friend circle or whatever, and finding a new home elsewhere. Do these cards? Okay. Yes, that yeah. I lost my father in a car accident in 2012, and that was really raw for a long time. Like, I'm not raw anymore, because it's different. Everything has changed. It's different now. Yeah. Okay. Your mother kicked you out. But then I guess maybe let's go. So that sense of, you have this sense of struggle and a thirst for something else. You are struggling. That's what the vibe tells me. You are struggling, but yet you want something else, which is true. You should want something other than this. And so the other word that comes is egg. And when I started and I talked about zero being like that picture, and the zero like this egg, and then from hatching forth from that egg, you're 18. Yes. Okay. And that's, you're awfully young to lose your dad too. So, oh, I see. Your dad's, yeah. And so losing your father and being 18 and being thrust into the world is so hard. But these tarot cards, your luck has turned, but it does not mean that you have the this to me tells me that you have what you need. You have what you need inside of you in order to turn your luck into this. That's how I'm reading these cards here. You have everything necessary to find this, but it may not be an instant thing because there's going to be a lot of struggle, a lot of hard work. And the number 4, which is about foundations, 4 about developing foundations, but it's also about having a structured life, being structured, and organizing things, because to get out of chaos you need a little bit of organization, and to get out of a stagnant place, you also need some organization to do that. And in these big emotions like this, these things will not help you on your journey. Being isolated from others will not help you on your journey. Withdrawing and going into yourself will not help you on your journey. And chaos is something we all feel, but there is a way out of chaos. And there's a way out of this. And so, yes, but everybody, I'll tell you that my growing up years were rough, and there's a lot of things that they weren't rough they were just rough because they just are. But the years between 18 and 30 were even rougher, because it is in those years that we learn to be an adult. You have to go to work. You have to figure out how to live within your means. You have to, you go to work, you go get a trade, you do something like that, because in this world it takes money to survive, and these are hard things to acquire. But these numbers here, these cards tell me you have what you need in order to achieve your goals. Okay, that's what I have for you. And don't forget to pray. In your prayers, I would recommend silence, breathing, and asking for strength, asking for the way out of darkness, because being in that place of grief, and it's really rough. It takes about, I think they say it takes about 8 years to get over a major heartbreak like that. And sometimes, you don't ever get over the death of a parent. You don't get over these things. They sort of change with you, and they move and they change with you, but life becomes manageable after a while. having going and living someplace else, that's good, and hopefully it's in a loving home, or there's some structure there, and and so forth. But I'll just tell you, it's really hard. Life is hard, and the age group that you are, 18, going on to 30, is going to be hard. And it's not just for you; it's for just about everyone. And learning how to be an adult is hard. It's really hard, and there's no way to candy coat this thing. You can't candy coat what this is like, but it's going to be hard, and you're going to have to struggle. But it doesn't mean you won't feel joy, that you won't feel happiness. You will feel those things again, and you will feel those, and you can find, joy and happiness in little things, and so forth. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I take care of my mom. She's 85, and watching, her memory slipping and all that. I feel sad all the time, but I feel happy too, because I get this chance to do this thing for her. And you have things like, maybe, I don't know, what if you have artistic skills or things like that. One of the things I can tell you, that really helped me in a different time in my life through a really hard situation was social dance. I mean, specifically for me, it was contra dance, and contra dance is like square dancing, but social dance, and also church. I mean, you don't have to. You don't, like, in I you know having a spiritual home in one fashion. I'm not advocating for one faith path over another. It's what makes sense to you, and that's the one where you would belong. But maybe it doesn't make sense to you. But there are, having those foundations in your life, those pillars to hold your whatever to hold you up, can really really help you in this time. And that's what I got. And I'm just a lot of personal experience here, and all that, because I just really remember how because when I'm in my late 20s, I went through a major heartbreak that was like a death. And then and that took a long time to go get over. But anyways, I hope that helps. And I'm going to clear the air here. And yes, yeah, yeah. I'll clear the air here. You know what? Before I do that, I want to go to the Mother Oracle here and see if there is, because what word of hope there is from this oracle. There's a lot of hard things here, but we're looking at Mother Mary, a word for Juice World, Give Juice World the message that is needed right now. this one here. This is for you. Yes, you may. In one moment, please. So, in this sense, this is a pose of prayer, of contemplative prayer. Look up contemplative prayer. And contemplative prayer is practiced by Catholic monks. Been in it's a in there's no right or wrong way to do it, but this is to me as a pose of contemplative prayer. It's just quiet reflection. And I think I talked about that a little bit when I read over the Gospel of Thomas and going within, or Jeremiah, who says that the law is on your heart, and going within to find that within yourself. And in this pose is a pose of that, of looking within to find that which was given to you. And it was given to you, also is given to you by all of your ancestors. All of your ancestors live in you right now. And this is the truth. They live within your genes. They are there, and they are there to guide you along the way. And so let's see what she says on this side. Our Lady of New Vision, to outgrow that which you once held fast is a hallmark of spiritual progress. There is a wisdom in honoring the need to challenge yourself and expand your horizons. The heart is ready to aspire and toil towards a new vision. There is no need to concern yourself with how to manifest it, only to dedicate yourself step by step in moving towards it. All else is held in grace. Okay. Oh, I didn't. Can you repeat it, please? And so I guess we have, and welcome, Yuanda. So Nimra and then Rita. Okay, so those are the questions, and then I'm gonna probably, my lights are gonna probably, I have enough time for that, and we'll leave these out. And oh yeah, I don't know. I have just the deck for that question. Where did it go to? Oh, it's over here. And I'm gonna clear the, let's just clean the cards up. Okay, all right, from the month of July. And just hold one moment here. My mother is waking up. I want to make sure she doesn't start banging on my door. She's not quite into the witchy things. for the month of July. Okay. Okay. For the person asking for Hollywood, would they be famous? Um, the answer to your question on will you be a famous person in Hollywood? The answer to that is a soft no. It's a soft no. So will you be famous in Hollywood? You live in South. Okay. So it is a no with a question mark, which means maybe that if you work at it, it may happen, but for the most part, it looks like a no. And so let's go clear the air here. I'm going to pause here first for a second. I do, but I do need to use the restroom. Would that be okay if I got up and did that? Um, okay. This number I need to know for July. What's this number I need to know for July? What's this number I need to know for July? What's this number I need to know for July? What's this number I need to know for July? No, for July. What's this number I need to know for July? One, two, three, four, five. Okay. It's because of this. Yes, that is it. Tension and Just listening here. So what these tell is that this is it maybe is about rumors and gossip, tensions, and a feeling of hopelessness. And these are some really dark feelings. And so you want to be aware of rumors and gossip, because they can lead to any, hearing things about yourself or whatever that means. It can lead to needless worry and tensions in your life, and that can lead to a feeling of hopelessness, of loss. Okay, it can lead to that. So what it's saying is that you need to call upon the Michael, the Archangel Michael, for protection for July. You need to concentrate on this. And then you also need to spend time recharging yourself in quiet, breathing, letting go of these spirits, to not let them rule your lives, to let go of this and not let it rule your lives. Okay, that's what I'm getting from here. And let's go over here to Mary Mother, and we're going to ask, we'll say a little prayer here for you. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed are you among women, and blessed is the fruit of your womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for Numera now and all throughout this month of July and forevermore. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed are you among women, and blessed is the fruit of your womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for Numera now and throughout her journey. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. And blessed is the fruit of your womb, Numera. And pray for your daughter, Numera, now and forevermore. Blessed is the fruit of your womb, Numera. Pray for your daughter, Numera, now and forevermore. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Dulce. Let's go one. I'm still at Numera for right now. I can only do one person at a time. Reading, this isn't a bar. I'm not a bartender at this moment. Go one person at a time. I see this kind of a face of, eyes kind of look sad. Kind of reflective. Roses and diamonds surround you. It's sort of a spirit, a beauty, beautiful fragrances, stars, Our Lady of Divine Presence. Your heart is capable of bringing spiritual energy into your life and the world when you allow yourself to trust Our Lady and open your heart to her. There is a healing integration taking place between your interior spiritual life and your exterior physical life. This will evoke change that is sometimes unsettling, but as the healing transformation unfolds, great joy shall flow from what transpires. Trust in what is happening. Okay? Does that does does do you does this image make sense to you? In that okay. All right. Let's go on. We'll go to the next. And so we had Numera and then okay. I am will be okay. So we have let's just clear the air. I'm gonna write down your question. I will probably just do, what is it? It's like almost time for me to go to bed because it's like what 3 o'clock in the morning here. Okay, what is the next question? So we have this question, and for LUYANDA, your current habits. What is your question? Um, hmm. Okay, so is I can't read for somebody who does not give me permission. But I'm going to ask you the question. The question is love, is romantic love on the horizon? So this is the question I'm reading for you. Thank you, Numera. And we have Dulce. Okay. Dolce? Is that Dolce? So, Luanda, if I'm getting your name right, I'm not, I never learned how to read by phonics. So, is romantic love on the horizon? Is there a special other that will be coming into your life? So, romantic love on the horizon. Sounds like a yes/no question. Okay. We will do a 3-card tarot yes/no question. Is romantic love on your horizon? Is romantic love on your horizon? Is romantic love on Linda's horizon? What do we have? 3 cards. It's a strong yes. It shows that there is romantic love on your horizon. Now, it doesn't say when, but it says that there is love coming into your world. Because it starts first here with you are looking, and you are looking outward. And you are holding within your hands this gift in which you are moving slowly and steady, and then also you have this card, you have this Ace of Wands, this new flame that is coming, a new flame that is coming into your realm, because you are holding this, your intentions, you are planning, you are looking forward into the future. And so as long as you go through this path and what you're doing, you will find love in the future. And so that's kind of what I got that. Thank you, and thank you very much, and for allowing me, let me read for you, Namara. And so Dulce, and so how about we go look at the what's the vibe? I'm gonna go with the what's the vibe, and how to phrase this question. What does Luanda need? What does she need to know to achieve romantic love right now? What does Luanda need to know? What does she need to know to achieve romantic love? Okay. Okay, that's the first card that popped out, Longing. And this is uprights only. I'm not do reversals on this. Okay. These are the cards. So you have the longing for this romance, and there's a love affair. So this is the now, a love affair. And then, but then there's this other thing of cutting ties. So do you have another love interest that you are with, and you're seeking to go after another? Or is, because it's like what in how I phrase this question of, you have this longing, and but then it almost, and you go, oh, you are longing for this love affair, but this thing of cutting ties, it's suggesting that there's someone in your past that you haven't fully gotten over. Does that make any sense to you? So something in your past, Luanda, that that you need to cut ties with in order to move forward with this new person. Okay. That's what I got for you. Current habits. So, in a sense, maybe what you're saying is you have your current habits that you need to, whatever, you need to cut ties with that in order to go forward. That's what I see. Okay. Yes, it's there, but you have to do something. Okay? And we're going to do a reading from this oracle. Luanda, right, Mother, a message for Luanda. A message for Luanda. What does What does she need to know? What does Luana 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 need to know? This card here. Our Lady of Blessing bestowed. Sometimes we need signs from Spirit to help us remain devoted to our sacred life path when evidence of success in the physical realm eludes us. There is an art to detaching from outcome while still doing everything within your power to commit yourself to what matters to your heart. Blessings are taking shape, although you cannot see it now. Your soul is pulling off a master stroke of healing manifestation. So essentially, those other cards, and this verifies those other things that there are things that you need to do, cutting ties with a past love, and with that longing in order to move forward into the future, and the tarot cards being of the Ace of Wands in a future sense, and you are right now on that Knight of Pentacles. You are holding this thing and you're moving forward ever slowly, but you have that vision of your past, and so there is that. And so she's waving at you. Mary Mother, this female spirit is waving at you. And giving you this blessing. Looking out a window into a new future. Okay, that's what I got for you. And I think if anyone else wants anything, then otherwise I think I'm going to wrap things up here. We're going to look at the I'm going to put this one away. I was going to finish with one other thing. Okay, Raphael, one more. Yes. What question would you like to ask before I wrap things up here? Okay. Let's clear the air out here and we get ready for Raphael. And pray for Raphael now in all points along his journey. Okay. I don't know if I can answer that. So you're asking if there is has a hex been placed on. So has someone placed a hex on Raphael? Okay. That is a different energy. Do you want a simple yes/no answer? Let's try a simple yes/no. And so what I'm going to do with this is, with this yes/no, I'm going to roll all 5 of these dice. If it is an even number, it's yes. If it's an odd number, it's no. Okay? This is a yes/no question. We're getting a yes/no response. Yes, even, no, odd. Okay? Spirit. Raphael has a question. He wants to know if the things that are happening in his life, if they are the result of a hex being placed upon him. Has someone cursed him? Is he under a hex right now? He wants to know the answer to this question. Got 6, 11, 12, 13, 14. No. Even, yes. Odd, no. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 plus 4 is 5. That's an odd number. An odd number. So 14 is even, which says yes. But the 1 plus 4 equals 5, which is no. Let's try it again. But let's do it with a different set of cards. We're going to do another yes/no. But maybe you're just, well, Is Raphael cursed? Is Raphael cursed? Is Raphael cursed? Has he been cursed? Is Raphael cursed? Well, I guess the suggestion here it is yes. Yes, there is something like this going on in your life. Okay. All right. So Priya, I can ask. I can't answer that question because he has not given me permission to read his energy. So to me, it sounds like maybe. Oh, well, that's not your. You ask if you were being cursed, but maybe that's not why you can't find love. So why don't we ask the question? Why don't I ask the question a different way? I'm going to ask the question differently. Let's ask it differently. Will Raphael find love? Will Raphael find love? Will he find love? Okay, let's just ask it this way. Will Raphael find love? First thing that came out was no, was upside down. Will Raphael find love? Well, the answer to that question is yes. You will find love. But will you find love right now? Well, that maybe the answer to that might be no, but you will find love eventually. And actually, these are good cards that, you're hanging on to things, you're starting to let go of things. The sun is shining in your life, but there's strength. You have a lot of things to overcome with strength. Okay, I will ask one more question. I'll do one more question, and then I need to get going and get to sleep. And the question is well, you don't have to do anything, Raphael. I mean, you have free will, you have agency here. You have, you can make changes in your life, and because tomorrow is a brand new day. A new day is going to dawn tomorrow for you, and the next day after. But you always have these options, and you continue down, because it's not these things aren't fixed, and it's not fixed. And I know for a lot of people there's this sense of this desperateness, and what will okay for Priya. I'm gonna clear the air now, Raphael. Yes, so we'll clear the air here, and this is for Priya. For Priya. Will Priya get married? All right. We're writing this down, and this is the intention that we're sending out there. And we'll ask the mother, Priya wants to know if she will get married. Priya wants to know if she will get married. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed are you among women. Blessed is the fruit of your womb, Priya. Mary, Mother of God, pray for Priya now until the end of her journey. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed are you among women, and blessed is the fruit of your womb, Priya. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for Priya now until the hour of her need. Priya, get married. Priya, get married. The answer to this is yes. Priya, you will get married. So, Priya, you will get married. That's what the Spirit is telling me. You will get married. Now, when will that happen? I do not know, because it doesn't really say that, but it does. If we look at this, there's structure. There is this beginning point with the magician, pulling power from above and bringing it in. All the tools are there for this to proceed. But there's a little bit of fighting stuff. Okay, I'll answer that question. Will it be romantic love or arranged marriage? Yes, no. Let's try the dice. Let's try the dice. Okay. Mary, Priya will. So I said this. I'm going to write this down so we remember. I need another card. Make sure we remember. Not that one. Candle's kind of running down. Okay. I need to write this stuff down. Did I do that one? Oh, let's pull. Oh, I have a notepad. I forgot I have. See that? Let's write down. Let's write down what Priya wants to know. We're going to be looking at even number. Even number is yes. Odd number is no. Is no. And odd number and reduced. I'm going to say in here reduced. So there's no confusion. Welcome, Jung. Welcome. So even number is yes, odd number is no, and it's reduced. So we've reduced it down to a single digit. And so the question is, will Priya have arranged marriage? Okay? Spirit, Mary. Priya wants to know. If Priya wants to know the answer to this question, will she have an arranged marriage? Will her family arrange the marriage for her? Will the family arrange the marriage? So we're looking at 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 1 plus 7 is 8. And 8 is yes. So what this shows now, it doesn't mean that this is the way it's going to be. What it means is by what what is going on right now in this moment, Priya, between this connection here. What's going on in this moment is that, yes, but tomorrow is a brand new day, and things can change. Somebody in your family may change their mind, or maybe you have the chance to say no. Maybe you want to say no. If you do, you want to have an arranged marriage. Maybe the arranged marriage will work out the best, because in all relationships there is struggle and there's strife, and one that you choose. There's no guarantee that that one is going to work out. There's no guarantee that this one is going to work out. But you have your culture, you have your cultural expectations. And those expectations is that you have things to work through. And, in the United States, most people choose their own mates, but it doesn't mean that after 20, 30 years that they'll even like each other. Maybe you marry somebody and then they're a drunk, and then you may end up suffering horribly in that marriage because of substance use or whatever. And so, if you don't want an arranged marriage, Priya, then you'll probably have to stand up for yourself and to say no. But then maybe there will be another one person on the horizon, and that you choose, and that you'll end up in this marriage, because the spirit says you will be married someday, but it also does say it's arranged marriage. Okay. Okay. All right. Um, where are we at time wise? It is 3:30 in the morning for me, and I need to start winding down to go to sleep. But you had a yes no question, and so I need to go to sleep, because I got to get up in a few hours to do stuff. But I will ask one more yes no question. But so hmm. So will mages is this a person that you even talk to? I mean, I can't really answer for her in the spirit. I can't. Um, you want to be with this person. We'll just ask the question this way. Let me clear this air out, the spirit here. Will Fonzo find love? Love soon. We're going to qualify this. We're going to qualify this with soon. And with the same response, even number, yes, odd, no, and it is reduced. Reduced. We're setting the intentions. And so you ask this question with desperation, and you want to know if you will be with your love right now, really soon. Will it happen really soon? Will Alfonsia be with the love, be with a partner soon? Will Alfonsia be with a partner soon? 10, 16, 20, 23, and 2 plus 3 is 5. And that is no. So it will not happen soon. But that doesn't mean it won't happen. So that's the answer to your question. Is it as with your current state of being, Alfonsia, you may, as an advice that was given earlier to someone else, that maybe you need to do a little work on yourself to let go of, whatever you have your wishful thinking, and you are obsessing on this person, and you want it to happen really bad, and you're praying for it, but maybe this is not going to happen right now. So, you need to talk to this person. You need to communicate and see what this person thinks, and not be attached to the outcome, because if the outcome doesn't turn out the way you want it, well, because that is often how things happen in this, as we searching for someone to be with. Okay? That's all I got for you. And I'm going to close this night out, and I wanted to thank everybody for supporting supporting me on this channel right now, and to thank everybody for asking these questions and so forth. And we'll close this out with a prayer to Mother Mary. And so we're looking at Mary. Thank you very much for your guidance today. And I want to ask you to, Mary, for you to pray for everybody here, that they have happy lives, that they find healing, they find welcome, that they find what it is that they are seeking, that they are able to become whole and complete human beings within themselves, and love themselves and love their neighbor, and to love the universe as they love themselves. And I ask this by the Lord Most High, please, to pray for them, and let them all know that they are loved and that they are beautiful. Amen. Good night, and thank you very much. Bye-bye.